Commissioner Piebalgs, you're now under the development portfolio. How are you easing into this transition?
Well, in a way there is some relation because I dealt with a lot of countries that have oil and gas, first of all because it's commercial relations, but also for transparency of all the incomes that this natural resource richness is also giving a lot of, should be giving a lot of impact for development of the countries. I dealt also with energy projects for Africa, and also I have a memorandum of understanding signed by me with African Union. So I'm not completely newcomer in this dossier, but it's definitely a huge shift because development policy is not only ACP countries, it's much broader, and we have also a lot of our internal policies that we would like to bring in development portfolio. The first objective for us is to reach Millennium Development Goals, but at the same time we definitely would like to have, with the time, to see all these countries prosperous and not locked in poverty, analphabetism, bad health system. So I think it's a lot of tasks there that are extremely important for the Union.
Well, I hope that you have very good progress under the development portfolio. But going back, you have been probably the best energy commissioner so far in the years of the European Commission. We've had lots of controversy between South Stream and Nabucco. What is the future of these projects?
Well, as you know, that as a Commission we are very strongly behind Nabucco. So next year I expect there will be finally an investment decision taken for the building up Nabucco. So I think Nabucco future is rather safe. About South Stream it's a much longer process because the pipeline is much more ambitious. And I dare to say that it's very much related also of gas transit issue via Ukraine, because we have Ukrainian transport system, and with the crisis and also with more like energy efficiency, we don't need so much gas as some people expected 2 or 1 year ago. So basically, good use of Ukrainian transport system could help, perhaps not to invest in South Stream, but we will see.
Ukraine and Russia created problems last year. We had the gas crisis. Has this crisis now completely disappeared, or will we never have such a situation again?
Well, I would be happy to confirm what you are saying, but unfortunately it's not the case. It's not the case. At this stage we are very vigilant. We are living from month to month. We made a huge preparations in case, but at the same time I could say that both sides, Russia and Ukraine, do everything possible that this conflict does not come during this winter or next winter. But there are still some preconditions for it. I hope that we will manage gradually to phase out these possibilities of such a type of conflict, because it's an interest for the European Union, for the Russia and for the Ukraine. But it will take time. And I would say with all hard work from all three parties, at least 2 years are necessary to answer your question positively. No, there is no risks.
Now you're not a new commissioner anymore. How does this new European Commission tie together? Will there be a new European vision?
Well, as it's Barroso too, I think he gave his political guidelines. I wouldn't say that we are going completely new direction, because what we are going closer to the citizens, closer to the core of the European Union. All our policies will be more focused. We will try definitely better to communicate what we do on European level, because with visions is not sufficient. You also need implementation, but also communication. So communication will be one of the key really to deliver to the people what we have done and what we are doing. We have a quite important task, I believe, where will be new focus because of economic crisis. Economic crisis will slow down. We believe that we have now better economic forecast, but still a lot of things need to be done in this period to get a good recovery, to deal with unemployment that could grow in 2010 and really provide for very strong economic growth in the European Union and good perspectives for employment. So it's a huge task, but I think it's important that we deal with it.
You placed increased importance in communication, but now under the new Commission there is no Director General for communication anymore. How do you elaborate this?
Well, as you know, we have the most experienced and most professional commissioner, Viviane Reding, responsible for this area. So I believe that in all the preparations now before the hearings, we pay particular attention to it. Because it's not important to take decisions. It's important to communicate before why you do, during the process how you do, and after the process also what we have been achieved. So we will use existing media, internet, but it means that commissioners will be much more accessible by journalists. I think that is one of the main preconditions. We should be available 24 hours a day for media.
And you are doing so by being here interviewing with us.
Well, it's not for night, it's a pleasure.
One last question, a more personal one. What is your personal vision for Europe? Where would you like us to go after Lisbon?
I believe Lisbon Treaty provides a good way to work towards. I believe that it's still the convergence and coherence of the European Union that matters. For me, very much matters, like energy market, we could say we have European energy market. A lot of things need to be done. I would say that we also need a common immigration policy and say, well, we have this. We are now dealing with common external action service. So I think we need to deliver a lot of things provided for Lisbon Treaty. But for me as a Latvian, I would say my main task is really to convince Latvians that the choice they have done joining European Union is extremely good for them, for their kids and for their grandchildren. So I think this could be done only by really demonstrating a huge value added of the European Union. And for us when we joined, it was, security I think was the number one issue. Now I believe that we need to manage with our policies that people in Latvia believe that EU, and it is right in a way, that growth and employment and jobs depends on the strong EU policies. So I would focus very much on economical policies, on growth and employment. I think these are the key areas where we really need to move. And to achieve this, we know from the green energy development that we need to invest in education and research and in using this to create the products with higher value added. So it's a huge task that involves everybody, but I think prosperity and jobs is now that's what matters, at least for the countries that I come from.